Using mindfulness to help elderly therapy clients in assisted living, presented by Kheri Dunkins. The purpose of this webcast is identifying effectiveness of mindfulness-based techniques in improving depression symptoms and overall quality of life of elderly therapy clients in assisted living. Majority of my clientele during counseling internship consisted of elderly clients in assisted living. The circumstances surrounding their admission to residential communities and nursing homes yielded a loss of agency, decrease in pleasure, aging-related worries, and other life factors. Two specific factors, depression and quality of life, are chosen as focal points here. The target population then are elderly therapy clients in assisted living settings of nursing homes or residential communities. These statistics were taken from the CDC in 2018. There are 1.5 million nursing home residents in the U.S. and over 800,000 residential community residents. Combining both settings, 2018 showed up to 25% of residents having a depression diagnosis. And these numbers are still reflective of the need for this type of work to be done today, as they have grown over time with an increase in life expectancy and are considered still growing even today. Many elderly clients would rather not be placed in assisted living. Focusing on the present moment, openness to experience, compassion, acceptance, and equanimity are key concepts of mindfulness that can aid the target population in managing their related symptoms. More specifically, mindfulness could help the target population in treatment feasibility. Feasibility to be applied outside of the therapy room, both functionally and as an easy promoter of extending therapy learned skills to the client's world after the session is over. Mindfulness also holds relevance to common challenges in those settings, like tackling concepts of acceptance and lack of control, aging, or self-determination. Lastly, mindfulness serves as a great way to acknowledge the client as a whole person, lending both mental and physical benefits while fostering mind-body connection that could be important for clients during this stage of their development. The intervention takes place over 10 weeks, and individual therapy occurs each week. The client is explained the intervention purpose and process at its onset. The client is asked to complete a pre-test for depression using the Geriatric Depression Scale Residential, or GDS-12R, followed by a pre-test of quality of life using the Vitor Quality of Life Scale for the Elderly, or Vitor QLSE. The GDS-12R is a residential adaptation of a more general GDS for the elderly with 12 simple yes or no items regarding affect, while the Vitor QLSE has 48 items grouped into 6 domains: autonomy, environment, physical independence, family, health, and social, with items recording the level of satisfaction on a 5-point Likert scale. Both pre-tests will be done during the same individual therapy session, and each scale is self-reported with feedback from the therapist as needed. For subsequent sessions, the client is engaged in a mindfulness practice, be it a meditation, body scan, or progressive muscle relaxation. The client is asked to process their related thoughts, feelings, or sensations, and is then asked to consider concepts of the given practice through the lens of their assisted living situation. The counselor will provide feedback and psychoeducation on the mindfulness concepts considered and will highlight any connections appropriately to promote the fostering of those concepts in the client's life. And the mindfulness practice will be assigned for homework to be completed before the next week's session. During the 10th and final session of intervention, the client completes a post-test of the same scales mentioned, with pre- and post-test recordings compared. Results and limitations of results will be discussed with the client. Here are recommendations for further implementation. Examining the impact of potential comorbidities on client engagement. For example, challenges such as cognition may affect the propensity for the client to understand the practice and or carry out the practice as a homework assignment without helpful feedback from the therapist. We might also want to consider self-reporting outcomes, as it's generally known to produce more socially desired results than would be gathered otherwise. Adjusting intervention time frame. 10 weeks was suggested here, but this could be altered given a particular client's severity and symptoms or stressors. And instead of individual sessions, group therapy might be beneficial in that it provides a common goal and a level of universality felt amongst members with similar assisted living situations. To end, here are resources for implementing mindfulness while working with this population. Thank you for watching.